You're muted, Ron.
How did I get muted? Well, okay, now can we try that again? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do every day during the week. And I have my wonderful posse right here as we do our Let's Talk Wednesday. It's Let's Talk Wednesday, y'all. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
You want to go first, Chris? You want me to
No.
go? You want Ron to go first?
No, you can't.
So I'm going
Gwendolyn,
first.
how are you doing?
Yes.
Ladies first. Gwendolyn, how are you
Yes.
doing?
Actually, I'm doing fairly well, right? I'm doing fairly well. It's the babies are on spring break, so no tutoring today and Thursday. So I am taking this time to get a lot of stuff done, hence the robe, because we're gonna record. I'm gonna record a lot of stuff today.
Oh,
We can see with the lights in the background.
Yes.
She's ready. She's all
Yes,
cammed up.
yes. We have so much shit I would like to get done. That's the key word, is like to get done. If it doesn't get done, it's okay. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm, chilling, doing what we do. That's about it.
That Adrian, I tell you, first of all, I sent you a text, young man, and I did not get a response. Anyway, I'm just saying, son.
Oh, God, I love it.
And then he said, before Chris says how he's doing, no, before we go ahead, Chris. You say, how are you doing this morning, buddy? And then we'll go to hellos.
It's Wednesday. We're back in the cold again. Winter is kicking our asses.
Winter is back?
Again.
Is winter back?
Yeah.
Listen, the temperature right now here in Delaware is 31 degrees.
Wow, winter is back.
It was 26 degrees when I woke up this morning. We've been really, as a matter of fact, yes, what's today, Wednesday? I believe on Monday there were tornado warnings. We actually had an EF1 touchdown here in southern Delaware on Monday. We were advised to bring in anything we had on the patios in because the winds were really high, lots of freezing rain. We had a touch of snow last week. So it's like we go from 80 one day to 40 the next day. We had 69 on Monday down to I think it was 39. So Mother Nature's crazy. Just like this administration
is losing her mind. Yeah. Like I was sharing with you guys, we were in a heat wave here, and they saw temperatures that they don't usually see around this time of the year, or really don't any part of the year. And it was extremely hot for the whole last week. The heat wave finally really broke around Saturday or Sunday, and then it's been cooling off. Today is beautiful. There's wind blowing. You can't believe that you're in the desert. It's just so nice. But
the gang is all here.
The whole gang is here. So I'm gonna say hello to folks, and then Elise is gonna tell us how she's doing today. Okay, let's say hello to some folks. The gold goes to Tanya. Tanya Moore is in the building, and she says, "Good evening, Ron." Yes, it is live at 5 here in Namibia. And I see here Mr. Adrian says, "Happy Hump Day." And he gets the silver today. And obviously, I had to put this comment because he says it on the board. He says, "Only Ron would wear a sun hat indoors." Huh? It's just a hat. I bought it today, so I'm excited about buying. I finally switched out my Yankee hat to a more
appropriate local hat.
Local. Thank you, local. And Jazzy 464, Miss Jazzy Jazz is in the building. She says, "Good morning, beautiful people." And Adrian says, "I'm wearing a robe, recording a lot today. Lights in the back. Please say more." He's talking about you, Gwendolyn. And we have a hello from Cruzy H2Q. Hello. And one more, Adrian says, "It was 32 degrees in Columbia, South Carolina yesterday. I cussed in Christian language." Are you in South Carolina, sir? Oh, you gotta tell the family I said hello. Also, Elise said good morning. She gets did we get that? So Cruzy got the bronze. Okay, so we got it all. Everybody's in there. Elise said good morning, everyone, but she is here, so she'll be talking in a little moment. And are you guys talking about weather? Yes, Natalie, yes, we are talking. We were talking about the weather. How crazy the weather is globally. Also, yesterday, I don't know if you saw the news. Morocco had its first snowstorm in a long time. Morocco, a snowstorm. The world is upside down, y'all. The world.
End days. Is that what the old people always say? End times.
Yeah, it's end days.
It's the end times, like grandma used to say. And we have it. Someone says, "Are you guys?" Okay, and then we have here the Dawn Danley says, "I am and no." I don't know what that means, but I think it's a hello. And he says, "Oh, Adrian," says Gwendolyn. And I had snow down in Tennessee. Oh, the warm weather has retreated in the in the country. You guys are getting degree temperatures.
This show was actually got some numbers, and it was up to 41 just a minute ago.
Yeah, I saw that burst.
People are jumping in.
Kelly A's in the building. She says, "Good morning, everyone. Yes, we had tornadoes in Tennessee Sunday. It was snowing Monday, and will be 80 Saturday."
Yeah, we're going back up, I think, to 70 early next week again. It's just like this up and down. Let me tell you something. This is when people get sick. So be mindful, dress appropriately, and don't take this weather for granted. Listen to your inner body.
Chris R says, "Call me crazy, but I think this weather has something to do with the drone invasion we had last year that everyone forgot about." The drone invasion. Natalie says, "It is cold." And we got here, Elise says, "Good morning, Adrian. I know how you feel about the weather." And good morning. I see all the good mornings. I see all the, hey, we have the wonderful I Am Reese. She's in the building today. She says, "Good morning, RLP cousins." I like that. And Jazzy says, "I'm telling you all, these boom booms going off in different places are messing up our weather patterns. Look, anything's possible. I'm not surprised by anything any longer." Christine, what? Okay, I don't know who that is. Christine, what? And good morning, Jazzy. And Kristen, we got Chris R again. She says, "It's 80 here. Good morning." And we have Lisa in the building. She says, "Good morning, everyone. Good evening, Ron." Yes, right. It is evening here in Swakopmund, Namibia. And Aya is in the building. She goes, "Hey, Ron, Chris, Elise, and GR, Houston, Jack, and everyone at Touchbase Daily." And then we have our wonderful Kimmy. Okay, we got through all the mornings. So we're just saying, how are we doing? And Elise, how are you doing this morning? How are you doing this morning in the USA? And how are you doing for all the people rest around the world that it is evening?
I'm doing well. You know, DC, I woke up this morning, it was 24 degrees outside. The weather's crazy. It's going to warm up, then it's going to cool off. It won't be this cool again. But, you know, staying warm, staying inside. My husband went outside walking. He came back inside and said, "It's cold." I was like, yeah, 20 degrees outside is cold. So doing fine, still doing my things, you know, working on crochet, looking at art.
Oh, you are
watching
creating.
The world go to hell.
Can I?
That part.
So that part. So I obviously I'm feeling great. Obviously, I'm away. I don't get to hear all the crazy news, but I do listen to the news. I do stay on top of it. I can walk away and not hear other people talking about it, other than, you know, if I choose to. But it got really interesting yesterday when the Secretary of State resigned. Was the Secretary of State? Is that the one that resigned?
No.
Or defense? Secretary
No.
of Defense. What was his position?
So he was.
But then you fight.
Counterterrorism. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Secretary
yeah.
of Counterterrorism.
No, he's
And-
counterterrorism head center.
Yeah.
Yes,
under
and
Tulsi
that
Gabbard.
was incriminating. What he
He
said.
didn't
was
agree with the
incriminating.
war.
But not only did he not
He
agree
told the
with the
truth.
war, he said he told on them. He said this war was not. There was no threat. There was no threat to America. There was nothing. We were not in danger. This was a war by choice by one individual.
So let's be real specific about what he said.
Go ahead.
He said that there was
Come
no
on with it.
imminent threat from Iran. His
That's
other
right.
part was that this president got into this war because of Israel. Be real specific. We don't need to leave anything out because it's not hearsay. His letter is public, and he mentions that's why America is involved. And I think when we say those things that are kind of ambiguous, it leaves out exactly what he said. He said it's his quote. He said because of Israel, from influences from Israel. And then that's when they started hearing about Israel tried to get all those other presidents involved, and Biden said, "No, I'm not going to war with Iran." So
no president
would have to be real specific.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the whole idea of going against Iran, there's a reason why there has not been a war, even though people want to go to war for 47 years. I mean, the world's oil, the world's produce move through the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, really? And then you're threatening the other strait waterways.
It's not that wide.
It's very narrow.
Right.
Listen to me. I've actually been through that strait. I've been on a cruise ship that's gone through there and been to quite a few of those places. And just to think that, what's really going on there. Here's the thing. He was advised not to do this. There are decades of research from experts that know way much more than he does that said we're not doing this for a reason. There's a reason why all his predecessors have not done this. Yes. They have been advised not to do this. And everything that's happening now is a direct result of what he's doing. Let me just give you a fact that everyone can relate to. Mm-hmm. Gas here at the corner where I live right now on Monday was $3.49. Last night when Ron and I left out just to go hit the street, it was $3.79. That is a 30 cents increase. Or excuse me, no, 40 cents. 40 cents increase from $3.39 to $3.79. And it's only going to keep going up. The longer this goes on, the more gas is going to cost. So, and the range from gas just in Delaware alone is 70 cents. The lowest they found it was $3.29, and the highest is $3.99. This is just in one state, and Delaware tends to have pretty moderate and low gas prices. Yeah, I can only imagine what it is right now in California. When we spoke last week, and we were saying it was over $8 last week. I'm sure it's probably over $9 now. That is something that we can all understand. What this war that no one wanted is doing.
Yeah, California was over $4. The cheapest when I went to California a couple of weeks ago was $4.29 per gallon. Now it's definitely over that $8-9 because California gas prices are always high. But the one thing that was interesting that he said out loud was, "Oh, we can how we gonna make money? Who's making the money?"
Yes,
this man is so
he's stupid. He's
a part of it is, you gotta always follow the money.
Always follow the money. Can I add one more thing to that though?
Yes.
Because people see gasoline, that's very obvious, and we know about fertilizer. But keep in mind, a lot of the items that people purchase that are plastic, okay, well, that's oil.
Petroleum based.
Yes.
Yeah.
Petroleum.
Okay, so just recognize that when your hangers, your plastic boxes, and things of that nature go up, including clothing, right? Because clothing is in there too. Right. Understand where that comes from. So it's not just gas. Gas is obvious. That's a very obvious thing. But you have all these other consumer goods that are going to be impacted that we haven't even thought about. So when you go to the store, you wonder why there is no longer a price tag on it. Yeah, it needs to move. It needs to move the same way that gas does. right?
All the
It's going
packaging
to
for
be
food.
adjusted very
Right.
quickly. Now, those of
Yep.
us, those stores who have the a digital price tag, it's gonna flip. But just know that, yeah, those things also become very expensive. Recognize
Right.
that too.
Absolutely.
And
And you think
again,
about that
think
milk
about the
prices.
oil for the gasoline to travel for transportation for most of the goods that are traveling across the country. Companies now have to charge for the gas and incorporate it in the pricing. So for transporting the goods.
Right. And going back
This
to Gwendolin's
man,
point, if milk goes up, we have to know that most milk is coming in plastic cartons, plastic containers. So it won't be because of the milk itself. It'll be because of so it's such a complex issue as far as how much things can be impacted. And then the whole idea of drill, baby drill, that's nothing here. That Biden increased oil production when he was there.
yes.
So that's not that's not the solution to the world or any other place. But more importantly, now you want to send people's children over there.
Go ahead, Gwendolyn.
Okay, so silly me. I don't know why I do this, but I decided to watch Homeland again on Netflix. Don't know why I did it, right? But I get to the episode where this bomb has killed one of the guys, one of the terrorists, if they will, his son, right? And then you see the vice president at that time, he's saying that you may see this video of these babies being killed supposedly by a drone or a bomb. That's just propaganda. And I thought to myself, at what point do we recognize what America is? Now, we know these colonizers going to do some colonizing. Like, they have not lost that behavior. I think it's in the DNA. But the fact that you have this regime, and in my opinion, purposely bombing a school, not once, but twice.
Right, twice.
And rejoicing about it, so it's been said. Yeah.
These are kids. These were somebody's baby. But if you even remove those babies being murdered, you got babies here in the cage.
Right.
Yep.
But these are the people who talk about family values, and we value family. You can forget that you got mothers out in the parking lot bleeding to death, and that there's a couple of states. What state just I don't know if they passed it. Please correct me. But they want to give the death penalty.
That was
to women
in
who have
Tennessee.
miscarriages and whatnot.
Yes.
Some people don't hate women. Just like what I just want to understand. What's the end game here? Because in my opinion, here's how I see it real quick. Since you want an all-white male military, okay, so you're gonna send them over there. Who having babies over here? I'm sorry. Can we do that math?
Not well thought out.
Thought Mandingo wasn't working beforehand. Look.
Yeah, and I get what Gwendolyn was saying. I mean, we all have to understand they don't care about the children now, because they didn't care about the children who've been killed in these mass murders around the United States. So they don't care about the children locked up in these concentration camps. They care about their own children who go to school and get gunned down. They don't care about children. That's the least of their worry. I don't even understand what their thinking is around all of this. And then just to think that you've been continuously being told, don't believe what you hear and what you see.
Like, what the hell? I mean, if you can't believe what you hear and you see, what the hell are you supposed to believe?
Well, like I said, I told one of my buddies, we were talking yesterday, and he was telling me what he heard and all the news that was going on in America. And I said to him, look, if you want the truth, get the news from outside of America. The news you're getting is not giving you the facts. It's just giving you a little tidbit, and it's distorted. So, because when you look at Al Jazeera and hear the numbers of people that are in the hospital, they said the German hospitals are filled with our people from the explosions. Then you have also the BBC reporting that our soldiers, more than they're telling us, the soldiers, there are a lot of soldiers in critical condition that are near death or have been injured from all of the bombing. So it's the death toll is going to definitely increase, but they're not saying any of it.
Well,
and also in Israel, you had what's her name? Gosh, she was on CNN yesterday, and you're not allowed to film anything in Israel and report it. And if you do, you will be sentenced to jail. Not jail.
Yeah.
Let me just rephrase that. Prison.
So yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say let's talk about that. You know, let's look at the landscape of news and media in this country. Let's look at the Ellisons. They are about to acquire Warner Brothers and all of that media that comes with it, CNN. The Ellisons will control Paramount Global, Warner Brothers Discovery, and U.S. TikTok operations. They will control all of media and social media. As a matter of fact, for those that don't know, as of Monday, there's no more BET Plus as a separate app. Paramount absorbed that, bought out Tyler Perry, who owned, I believe it was 21 or 25% of that company.
25%.
And now he no longer owns it. It is now gone. It is being absorbed. Anything that has to do with Black culture is being wiped away.
Yeah, and you know, and people don't realize BET falls under Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Most people don't realize that. You know, we don't. They refused years ago to sell it to Black people, and it's all under Paramount. And then you have, you know, people have the laws that are broken by that should have been put in check.
This is all antitrust. This is all antitrust.
Monopolies aren't supposed to exist like this. These people will control everything around media. And
CBS.
CBS. They already
CNN.
Right. All of those things. They'll control all of that. And then people are sitting around not understanding what that means about what you get to hear and what you get to see as it pertains to news and media. Even it's going to impact shows and movies. It's going to impact everything.
Everything. What you see,
going to control all of it. And so, you know, and then going back to the part about what Ron was saying, oh, they're going to arrest people if they film anything in Israel. This man wants to arrest journalists who don't report positive things on media outlets, and the FCC chair that he has, the public that he has over there, is saying, well, he's going to take that up. You know, that's illegal. That's not his job. But because we are living under a regime and an authoritarian government, we have to be honest about where we are, and that's what they're saying they want to do, and try them for treason.
Yes, and that's not even what the meaning of treason is. Can I just interrupt you real quick? Pete, the one who's in charge of the Department of Defense. Yeah, I mean, he is now banned. He has now banned photographers from photographing him in the Pentagon. They're not allowed in the Pentagon anymore because it's unflattering photographs they're letting out of him. I mean, when did we devolve into this? And why is Congress not? I mean, we know why Congress is not saying anything, but like they've totally advocated.
They're with it. And the Democrats, unfortunately, don't have enough voting power to stop it.
It's crazy. So. You don't have reporters in the White House, real reporters in the White House. You don't have any reporters in the Pentagon. You don't have photographers now in the Pentagon. So it's just like they can do whatever they want to do unchecked.
If I may, I'm looking at Jazzy's question, but I had that same thought too, because I thought to myself, what's the end goal? Like, how did you get here? You get here when, again, you take things for granted. Because again, someone has always been fighting for something. We are clearly in the era of small men.
Yes.
As now I'm trying to keep it PG, but small peen season, right? Like what that is.
Look, I told you, you know, I said it good. It's good. Little dick energy.
Little dick energy, yes.
Little dick energy. Okay. This is what that is, because like you are seeing everything that somebody who was confident in what they were doing and what they stand for would not do. You don't have to be worried about how something looks. You don't have to be worried about trying to make sure that the story told is so precise if you were doing the right thing. Plain and simple. Or even if you weren't doing the right thing, if you were really all about it, then be about it. Like put your chest on it. But that's not where we are. But what is the end goal? Because you got cankles out here talking about, well, we won the war in the first hour. Okay. This is a very long hour. This is season of 24, I guess. This is season of 24.
He called Gavin Newsom the president.
The president, yes.
Look. So there's that. Then there's, hey, can we get some help? Because I've hit the hornet's nest and it's not happening. But it's like, but I don't need them people. I don't need them. We don't need them. We're the
curses them out and that names them.
It's like,
and then go begs.
And then he wants them to send their ships to the Straits.
Soldiers.
They're like, we're not going.
Hold on, wait. We're missing something. He has put tariffs, quote unquote, on all these countries.
Oh, everybody.
And then now you expect them to turn around and help you?
Right.
Listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Exactly, Chris.
You shit on people and then you ask them for help. Like, make that make sense.
And again, I said, if I may, and I said this yesterday, there's some kind of white mind privilege that you think you can just start a war and you can say, now join me. And people, and then get upset with these people, the countries, because they won't join you in your stupid war. I mean, the arrogance.
We see that mindset overall. Whenever somebody says, I did it by myself, nobody helped me, those are lies we tell ourselves, because everybody,
exactly,
somebody helps you. If you have a business, you need a customer to help that become a business. Everybody, we are all connected at the end of the day. But when you are simple, just really simple, you don't get it. You really think that you're America first and America by itself. Somebody got to buy your soybeans. Somebody has to buy your corn. Somebody has to give you something. You don't do this by yourself. We understand that. But when you simple, you do stuff like this and wonder why someone's not coming to help you. I'm not helping you do nothing.
He hasn't even told us why we're there. He has not even told this country why we're there and what we're doing. So how do we expect to go and ask other people? No, we don't.
Just say what it is. Epstein.
Well, yes, that.
And there's no real reason to be there. I mean, in a way, it's a distraction, but at the same time, is what Israel has been trying to get president after president to do, and they said no. And so the guy finally got this one for whatever's in the file and whatever people have is enough to catapult these things, right? So that's the part that we have to focus on. There is no reason. The gentleman who came out with his letter and quit said there was no imminent danger to America.
That's
so there was no reason. It's never been a reason.
No.
It's just like, let's do it and let's cause this distraction. Let's see. And then to underestimate someone because you don't know who these people are. And that you forget that they are just as educated, if not more so than you are. They have people who've gone and they have scientists and engineers. They have everything. They have experts just like you do. But you go like it made me think about when COVID first happened. Oh, this will be over in 2 weeks. Yeah. People have for like 2 years. Kids working in school. So
we're still recovering from COVID.
Right. Yeah, but bleach. The whole thing with the war is gonna be
bleach in your face.
It's just about
not gonna hurt you.
Let
me tell you, why do people not see the incompetence of this man? And I've seen so many videos of people supporting him blindly, and it's like, he's done this and done that. I'm just like, what fucking world are you living in? Like, you don't see this? This man does everything against what you need and what you want to survive. And you still put him up on a pedestal. He is shitting on a gold toilet while you can't even buy paper towels or toilet paper to wipe your ass.
There was a quote that I shared the other day. It says, the whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves and wiser people so full of doubts. That's where we are. You got some fools out here. You got people who haven't even read the Constitution, talking about the Constitution. You have people who are very charismatic, becoming political pundits. That's where we are. And then people who actually know some stuff are like, well, I'm just not so sure. And I'm just not so sure. At the end of the day, and Chris R brought it up, you made a certain segment of the population a problem. Created all these issues. And now you want to bring back migrant workers. You want to bring back migrant workers to help out the farmers because you just didn't understand. But these are not forward-thinking people. They have the long game for hate. Now I'm not going to not give them that gold star. They got the long game for hate, but they don't realize that the world has always been changing. As a matter of fact, I think we're all from Mother Africa, so go shake your tree. But they didn't think long term. Look, we could do a whole thing on DNA later. But if you think long term, the world is not where it was back in 50, 60, 40, whatever. We're not there, and we're not going to go back. You're going to have to do some serious stuff. Not that they're not trying. They are definitely trying.
But a part of it, back to Chris's thing, they don't want, so many of them see it, but to admit it, they have to admit that they made a mistake, that they were stupid. Like the woman with the video that's gone viral with her at the gas pump. Said, I voted 3 times and he's horrible. But it's to make you understand that he was horrible when you voted for him 3 times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, but all now you realize it. Yeah. But Dylan said it before, until it impacts them, they won't realize it.
Well, the woman just got out of prison. She just got a detention center.
She's still supporting
detention center for 180 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they asked her, "Would you vote for Trump again?" Yes. She was in a concentration camp situation.
That's all right. Maybe she wants to go back. She enjoyed it. She don't have to go back. Hold on. Can we even talk about how?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you remember the white South Africans that they brought here?
Oh, yes.
They have all now gone back. They have self-reported saying that they hate it here. Crime is too rampant. They want to go back. Come on,
they had no health care. They had no money. They couldn't find a job. They didn't realize how good they had it in South Africa.
They were brought here under false pretenses, and now they wanted to go back home because life was better there. What do they say? The grass is not always greener on the other side.
But think about this. If they were persecuted so badly, then life in America must be really hell for you to go back to the country.
To your persecutors, yes.
Your persecutors. You have to be like really crazy. But again, like I've said before, look, I lived in South Africa for just 3 months, but I can tell you, if you are of the white complexion, if you're a Caucasian, it is highly likely you are doing better than most of the population in South Africa. And for even the lowest of the lowest is still doing better than most of the Black people in South Africa.
Yes.
But then again, on the America, they were stupid, they were beguiled, and they were just dumb. Just
I love
stupid.
Dr. Tachi's.
Good. South Africa denied their request to come back.
I would
say y'all find another country.
But
keep your dumb butts over there.
The people always have to remember the best didn't come over here.
No, those were the best.
They were probably the ones that were some of the most racist ones from over there.
Oh, they were
thought that because they were white. And these were white people saying, "Oh, we're gonna let you in." That somehow you're gonna be treated differently than other people in this country. You're not gonna be treated differently. You're just a publicity stunt. That's all that was. It was a publicity.
They were part of a publicity stunt.
FAFO.
And I say it all the time.
Over here, hungry and have to work. They were like, "Oh, we gotta work." Government programs. They said,
there was no safety programs here. There were not the safety programs for their poverty.
All right, join the club.
The Americans have been waiting for that for the longest. To be
pick up the picket sign.
Like, are you kidding me? So what else is on your mind, guys? This is obviously our.
I do have a thought because I was at the grocery store yesterday. I said, "Oh Lord, I can't." I just grabbed the stuff. I said, "Don't even look at the price tag. Don't look." But I was there was a reporting playing in the background the other day, and I detest how they keep talking to these. Oh, that's a good one, Jazzy.
Oh, yes.
Trump voters, and they never just say out loud, "Tell me how it is that you picked the guy who was the felon,
criminal,
con artist over the Black lady who
convicted."
And we just say that because I keep thinking we didn't have to be here. We did not have to be here. But at the end of the day, with the way that this country is set up and all the propaganda and all the lies told, people 70-something million of them really believe that the guy who is a felon, a criminal, sexual predator, a con artist who jacked up the first time, he's still more qualified than the black chick who's educated. I'm like, what?
I want to share my analogy. I want to share my analogy for that one.
The
let me
black
share my
chick.
analogy, Ryan.
Oh, let me go. Hold on. Let me.
No, let me do this right after her. I need to do it now. Because the analogy that I have, yes, I am. So the analogy I have, because they chose him over her, right? And I think I shared this with Gwendolyn. So this, I hope nobody gets offended. I said, so we're going to go back to Jesus. When they were given the choice, the criminal or Jesus, they chose the criminal. Barabbas.
Exactly.
When they were given the choice of this woman who definitely said the things that she would do to help the people, they chose the criminal.
They chose the criminal.
So when given the choice, these same people choosing the criminal.
Not Jesus, Barabbas.
That's the analogy that came to me, is that this is the same type of thing that they did. They chose a 34-time convicted felon and one who was found liable for rape.
Yeah.
And not
go ahead, Ron.
He was the most highly qualified person to run for the office of the presidency
ever
in history.
Well, I mean, she was the closest thing to it. I mean, think about it. She was the vice president. She
served in so many positions in the country.
She worked her way up.
She had all of that experience. But yet they still, and I'm telling, let me just, if I might interject, how the rest of the world across overseas is seeing this thing. They had pity for America the first time when he got in.
Yeah,
they didn't know any better.
Everyone around the world, at least where I've been, in Portugal, France, here in Namibia, and the conversations I've had, they say this is on the American people. At the end of the day, he is the cancer, but the people that put this man in office, the people of this country, they are the problem. And therefore, the rest of the world has already decided never trust Americans again.
Yeah. Can I add on to that in this whole conversation? Because I'm not a conspiracy
theorist. And then we'll go to Cuba.
All right. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but we have to also listen to what Trump says. And I have to say a thing for this. Listen to what he says. In the very beginning, he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to vote. We've got this." I would not be surprised if this comes out later on after he's out of office or whatever, or after he is gone, however he goes, that this was somehow rigged. Voting machines were messed with, and that he was not duly elected. It would not surprise me one bit.
We know he wasn't. We know Elon has something to do with it.
But they both said it too.
They did. They both said it. And it's like no one focused on it. It's like, where's the reporting? Like when people say things, listen to them. They're not making a mistake. They're not doing these one-offs. They say it multiple times in different places. And like there's video evidence that is recorded of them saying this. So it's not like we're making this stuff up.
But there's physical proof, because they did a research in Westchester in New York, in some of the counties that were Black, that were Kamala Harris supporters. And those counties got 0 votes. What happened to all the people in those Westchester County, I think it was Westchester County itself, that voted for Kamala, but their votes never showed up? They registered her as 0, getting 0 of the vote, and Trump getting it all. Now you tell me that's just one county.
They paid more attention to the whole rumor around Hillary Clinton and those emails.
Yes.
Then they played it. They didn't, and they made these statements. I want people to understand they made these statements before the election took place in 2020.
Yes.
Not after, but before.
Yes.
So they know what they did.
They know.
They've already said that but they knew no one would investigate it.
Yep. Because certain people in the Democratic Party And the American people should have been on the streets and saying this was not acceptable. But everyone's asleep. A lot of people are asleep. They just don't care. Cuba.
Yeah.
Cuba, y'all. Now, what do y'all think? Anyone, first of all, who wants to share about what's going on? Does everyone know what's going on in Cuba?
Don't be surprised if Cuba is next on. We're going to go in and start bombing it.
Well, also not the power outages. The power outages that are happening right now in Cuba say that the Americans are responsible for it. Meanwhile, there's people dying in Cuba because in the hospitals, dialysis people that are on machines, they're saying a lot of people are dying in Cuba because of the playing with this electrical grid or the electrical power. And what do you guys make of this? Do you guys have more information? You guys know more of this from your world and from where you're standing? But
the last thing I read was he would be honored to take Cuba.
Oh, yes, I did see that part.
That's the last thing I read. Let me tell you.
Oh, and what's this? What was it? Here's another arrogant moment. I can do with it whatever I want.
Which is, I mean, he said he can attack any country he wants to. He said that. And so with Cuba, the whole issue is that they of course, they went into Venezuela. A lot of Cuba's oil was coming from Venezuela. So they cut that out. So there's no oil. There are no ships coming in. So they're not getting vital things that they need. I know there's trying to get some aid to them now. They're on their way. And the last I heard, Spain and Mexico is supposed to try to help. And I think that in another country may be trying to get oil to them. But what they did was, so their whole thing was to starve the people, not have them get the oil that they need so they can keep their power going. And the country is blacked out. So that's really what they've been done, what they're doing here. And we have to look at the whole people. So there's Rubio. His folks are from Cuba. So these are the people, these are the lighter Cubans who left because they didn't believe in that we should be sharing anything, and came over here. And now this is what they see as their vengeance. This is about people, it's that little energy again, trying to want to go back and do this to people. And then they have some people, they're cheering for what? Because when you look at a lot of the pictures now coming out of there, what complexion of the people do you see a lot of now?
Yes,
for the Cuban people, because they've always been there. And I know some browner skinned Cubans. I worked with one, and she was saying how she got her education free, how all these things that got there, and she freely went back and forth to Cuba. So not everyone is like that. These are a lot of the people, the Cubans down in the Florida and all those places, the ones who feel themselves in the closer proximity to whiteness. And so this is all about them and want to take a country that, if you think about it, what happened with so many of these countries, they were asked to or demanded that they get rid of ways to defend themselves by this country. Asked to dismantle their weapons, not be able to defend themselves. So you're so powerful because you go into a country that, for all intents and purposes, is not able to really defend itself. And who people aren't really aware of, the medical technology and information that has come back out from that country for cancer research and all that is phenomenal.
Yes.
But all of that, so there are countries who aren't receiving some of that because of this. So it's all of that that's going on. And so the biggest piece is the U.S. is keeping any ships from coming in there to give them supplies.
And I want to share this with you guys, because this is, I think, Keith Boykin, he always sums it up nicely. And here we go.
Million people in Cuba have been plunged into darkness, food spoiling in refrigerators, people in wheelchairs trapped in buildings with no working elevators, and women giving birth in hospitals with no power. All because the U.S. blocked their oil shipments for the past 3 months. Yes, one man in the Oval Office decided that their suffering was less important than his political posturing. I have the honor of taking Cuba, Trump said. I can do anything I want with it. Those are not the words of a man who cares about democracy or human rights. It's the language of a narcissistic megalomaniac who wants power. I spent 5 years living in Miami and 2 years visiting Cuba every month. I made friends in Havana and stood in the street when Fidel Castro's funeral procession passed through his hometown of Santiago. The Cuba I saw had far more Black people than the version we see in American media. People without backup generators to power their homes or the means to fly away when the lights go out. They live in deep poverty compared to the white-identified, Trump-supporting exiles who dominate politics in Miami. If all lives matter, why don't Black and brown lives matter when our government is starving the people of Cuba, bombing school children in Iran, or murdering fishermen in the Caribbean? We're not the good guys here. We're not making the world safe for democracy. Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia don't have democracy. We're not bombing them. We have a president who's leading us into conflicts with arrogance instead of strategy. Even if the governments of Cuba and Iran fell today, what happens tomorrow? How are we going to manage elections, governing, infrastructure, and refugees when we can barely run our own country? History shows that when a U.S. president dictates orders to other countries from Washington, we install leaders who look like our puppets and won't be trusted by their own people. That's what's happening in Venezuela, and it shows we never cared about human rights in the first place. Just give us your oil and go back to business as usual. Yes, the U.S. can easily take out leaders in other countries. We've been doing it for decades, but we're paying the price for it now, and we will for years to come.
Can I say something really quickly? He mentioned that there are 10 million people without power right now. The population of Cuba is roughly 11 million people. Right. So that is basically the entire population without power. Can you imagine the entire United States without power? That's what's happening in Cuba right now. Let that sink in.
Couldn't imagine. I mean, if you just think about Cuba, if all of New York was without power for weeks on end.
Yes.
You know, we could take just a portion of the U.S. and just say what happened. But, you know, and I think that's the one thing, like I had this discussion with my sister the other day, and she was saying that her son, what her son had said in response to Iran about, you know, they were a terrorist country. I said, who told you they were a terrorist country? You know, the biggest terrorist country in the world right now? The United States.
U.S.
United States of America is the biggest terrorist country in the world because they're just indiscriminately going about bombing people, snatching leaders out of countries, starving people, holding medication,
killing its citizens,
killing his own citizens, you know, doing the things within his own country. So when you hear this, oh my God, we're so concerned about the protesters in Iran, but you over here killing protesters in America and locking them up and detaining American citizens who protest
bombing kids
to call journalists terrorists. I mean, treasonous. So you are terrorized, but you got, oh, this is what I'm doing. You're not doing anything for anyone. It's all about financial gain for people. We're going to be real honest about that.
For himself and his cronies.
For himself, because there's something out there. His younger son may have invested in oil, and then in 10 days, they had made a ton of money. So, you know, I think that people have to just wake up. You know, I don't know what it takes. And I know we can't always be on edge and stressed out all the time, but that is the reality of the world. It's like I said, you know, we can't be Nero because Nero could sit and look, but we're in the fire.
Yeah.
You don't have the privilege of just sitting and looking. We got to, even if it's nothing but just rotate when these elections are coming up, calling your relatives when special elections or whatever is coming up so that they show up. Because until they do, and understand that their rush to try to get this SAVE Act through is to stop these, to interfere with the primaries. I'm going to keep saying that until people understand the truth. It's to interfere with primaries because he would sign it in the day he signs it. Yeah. So that's the whole push. And you know, fortunately for right now, there are Republicans who don't want that. But I think we just have to wake up and understand that that's where we are. This country is doing some horrible stuff inside this country and across the world.
I'm gonna put Gwendolyn's comment back up. This is, I don't think ever in my lifetime I've ever seen this where you have other countries advising travel advisories to go into the United States. Don't go there. You're unsafe. You can be snatched up. and disappeared. Like, no other country has ever said that about the United States before. Like, we are living in some different shit right now. Okay.
And the whole world is saying it. And
yes,
I watched on BBC.
We are on fire.
Well, on BBC, they asked people in the streets of, I think, UK, would you want to live in America or visit America? And the stuff these people would say, they were like, hell no, I'm not going. It's dangerous. And I want my health care. I can't get it there. Why would I go to America? Why would I get I get education here. Why would I go to America? You can't get education. And they went through the whole list. I mean, it was a bunch of people that were interviewing, like, it had to be like 20 people. And I was like, this is how the world sees us. But like I said, I had dinner last week with some folks from here. One was from the UK, one was from Cape Town, and it's a couple of people from here, and also UK, like I said. And we were all talking, and most people are having a hard time wrapping their heads around this is who America is, and this is where they are. Where we are, and no one sees any redemption. The only saving grace that I will have to tell you in my own experience, roaming around Paris, roaming around in Germany, and roaming around in Portugal, and when I have this conversation or I'm talking or I listen to people, if you are a person of color and you are traveling overseas, people almost want to give you a hug because they feel so sorry for us. But when they think of America, they think of MAGA. And I have when you mention they mention it. When they mention MAGA, the venom, the anger that goes with that, and they said, we hate MAGA. We hate it. Again, when you are a person of color, it's been quite interesting.
I always want to push you, Ron.
They almost want to give you a hug. Several times, someone said, "Ron, come here. I need to give you a hug."
Ron, I always want to push you.
Yes.
They look when they see white Americans.
Yes.
You're so diplomatic. When they see white people, it's different. It was different when I traveled after he got in there in 2016, and we were there in Italy. The way the Italians received me and what they said to me was not the same way they might have said it to that white person who was standing next to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think because they don't know who they are.
Right.
They assume that the majority of us aren't a part of that.
Do you know that there are people, there are countries that are actually denying white American men coming into their country also now because they don't know if they're MAGA or not? They don't want them there. Right. They do not want them there.
Rosemary said, "Speak your heart. Speak your heart." But yes, they do not. And they do. I need to be quite honest, like you just said. White America, they do not like white America, and these are white people. I'm talking to a lot of my friends here, or the people I'm getting to know. They're my acquaintances here right now. I don't know them to be friends yet. They are white. And they are from the German perspective. These are Germans that live here. I mean, Namibia is used to be a German colony. And all of them are like, oh, that Trump or those MAGA folks, but it is white people.
That's like the lady in Ireland. The white lady that went to the MAGA lady that went to Ireland, and she was so offended because they were not treating her kindly. No, they don't want anything to do with you.
You don't want nothing to do with you.
And I didn't feel sorry for her.
Nope.
Ireland of all places. Don't go over there. They don't like y'all. Don't go to Ireland.
But these are the same folks who talk about immigrants, the very obvious brown skin that they can see, but will quickly run down to Mexico and get dental work and other healthcare benefits. Like, I don't understand the disconnect Like,
Well, the
you
whole
don't
thing,
want people here, but then you want to host a birthday party at some taco spot. Like,
yeah, there you go. I'm gonna say that. Yes.
Make it makes.
Or
I'm
you
just
want to
trying
go
to
to the
understand.
Indian restaurant, or you want to go to the Spanish restaurant, or you want to go to Thai restaurant, but yet you're prejudiced and hate them.
Right. The ones who were so upset because they had to get that, they had to do that paperwork to walk over to Mexico to get prescriptions filled. I don't know if you're from California. I don't know if you all remember that. They had to wait in these long lines because that's what they were doing. They were walking across the border to Mexico and getting their prescriptions filled.
Yes,
because it was cheaper. Yes. Mexico put that, like, if you cross the border like that, there's that special kind of like a visa you have to pay for and get before you enter that. Like, and they didn't have it, so they were in line for like 4 hours and complaining. But you wouldn't. You are so against everything and so against these people, but you want the resources they have. And medical care in other countries, when we go, you get sick in another country. My daughter went to Canada when we went to Toronto one time, and she needed some medical attention. It cost her little or nothing. But they are not going to, they know they're not going to come here and get that same thing. They're going to receive a $10,000 doctor bill.
Well, my buddy who lives right across the street, he had he went to Istanbul because he had to get a lot of tests because something was bothering him, and the bill came up to $1,500, and he had like major work, like MR, all they did a scan of his body from head to toe, X-rays, MRIs, C scans. They did it all and then he learned that was part of their normal process to determine where you are at your body.
You got to get approved.
Like in America, you can't do that, but over
you got to get approved, and most times they deny it.
That's part of the physical.
That's because America, you got to remember now, when they had that, how many of you all saw them questioning the people in the medical insurance people on Capitol Hill?
Yes.
They also own the pharmaceutical places.
Yes.
They own the drugstores. They own all of the things that feed into that. So if I don't find out what's wrong with you and give you if I'm not treating you, if I'm not doing health maintenance, I'm going to give you medications. So I got to keep you sick because that's how I make money. And it's Americans who go to places like Turkey, full body scans. They have a company here that does it, but it costs like $2,500. But there are people here who are getting them, and it costs them like $2,500 to get it. But then Americans are going over there and they're paying, like you said, between $800 and $1,500 to get this full makeup, which includes all of those scans. And over here, you have to beg a doctor to do the
a lot of doctors will put in false things to get scans done. Like they'll put in for one thing so they can get a scan for something else because these medical insurances are going to deny them.
Well,
that's the game that they play.
My buddy told me all that he got done, and it was a little less than $1,500. I was like, but it's so horrible in America when it comes to healthcare that I think it's India has what they call vacation emergency situation where you take there's a whole package, you pay for a vacation, you are in this facility like a hotel, high rated hotel, beautiful situation, and then they scan your body, they look at your health, and they examine you, and it's a whole big package deal. Not very expensive when you think about American medicine. Something was like $2,500, I think it was, or $3,000. Maybe that may have been the max. Airfare, everything included, and then you go back home.
America doesn't do healthcare; they do disease management.
They sure do.
Well, they want you to have. Well, again,
there's disease management.
And we'll close out on this. California, is it California? One of these states is suing the food industry because of the poisons in the food.
I'm not surprised.
I just
heard that this week.
Yeah, I did read that this week too.
And they were saying the same people that were part of the smoking industry moved over into the food industry and began poisoning the people. So now they're using the same method that they did to sue the tobacco industry, because they knew what they were doing when they were doing it.
It was
and
San
they
Francisco.
said, now those same people moved over into the food industry because they no longer could do it in the tobacco industry. And then now they're going to use the same foundational, I guess, whatever they use to fight them in the tobacco and win.
Yeah.
They're going to now try to do that in food.
It is San Francisco. They are actually have a lawsuit against 11 major food manufacturers: Kraft Heinz, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, and Mondelzo. They're basically saying that they have ultra-processed food, and that's what's causing all these diseases. So it's the state of California that's doing this.
And then some of those people that are involved with the processed foods, those companies are also have shares in the pharmaceutical.
Oh, absolutely.
They're owned by these places. Like when they sat there, and I think at least it may have been 6 of them on a panel, and at least 4 of them, for every question the woman asked, they kept their hands up. They own pharmaceutical companies. They own clinics. They own all parts of your health, including the fact that they are the insurers. So they own all of these things. Could you go back up to Chris R's comment about her medication?
Chris R. Kaiser?
The Kaiser.
Okay, there we go. Got it.
Isn't that crazy?
Kaiser is trying to bill me for $2,600 for medication that I was told I only needed to pay $40 copay. I'm in the process of an appeal now.
That's where we are in America.
It's crazy.
Why tell people, like, for instance, when I first came to when my first time here in Africa, when we went to Botswana, and in Botswana, as we were heading towards Zimbabwe, we needed to get our malaria pills. None of it. They told us not to get the malaria pills in America. When in America, you paid $300. I think at that time it was $375, and some places it was $400 for your malaria pills. And we picked them up in Botswana for $35.
They are expensive.
Big pharma.
But big pharma. But again, in most of these cases, the same pharmacy pills that are sold here for $25, $35 is the same exact medicine that is in America being charged, as you see, $2,600.
Right, same exact stuff. And then you saw that part where, remember a few months ago, I guess maybe it was in 2024, 25, I don't know when he said it, but he was trying to get the other countries to raise their pharmaceutical their drug prices. Why would they do that? For their people? To make you, because you're overcharging over here? That's crazy.
Jelly says, I will tell you this. I used to work on a lot of big pharma cases. None of this surprises me. Capitalism is killing us.
But it's not capitalism, right? I just want to make sure we're clear here. Like, we are so quick to make some inanimate object the bad guy. These are humans, okay? Yeah. These are clear humans who decide to do what they do. It's not AI. It's not the car. It ain't the calculator. It's not the system. It's the people who are operating the system.
It is the CEOs, as Dr. Tati said.
They choose to get rid of your job. They choose to make the policies that they make. That is a person who makes all these decisions. It's not some random thing that comes in and snatches. That is the no. These are humans.
Yep. 100% agree.
And that's the truth. You know, when you talk about CEOs, I just always share the story of the difference between the CEO of Costco and the CEO of Walmart. CEO of Costco is making like $900,000, but their employees making their minimum is $29 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, he's making $25 million a year.
Yes.
And barely want to pay people $15 an hour. And they have those people, have workers who are receiving SNAP benefits.
Yes.
So the CEOs and the stockholders, it's people. It's people. All of this is about people. We can label, we can argue all day, Democrat, Republican, whatever. But at the end of the day, we, the people, determine who sits in these offices.
Yes.
We vote for that. No state is
vote.
until
You have to vote.
You gotta vote that way, and then you can't, and you have to vote. You can't sit at home and not vote and then want to gripe. Don't tell me anything and you didn't vote. I want to hear from you. And if you voted for the madness, don't come over here trying for me to make you feel better. I'm not gonna make you feel better. I'm gonna tell you who you are, and then I'm gonna tell you now. By the way, you can lose my phone number. We do all those things. We don't have to have a conversation, because at the end of the day, we do have to hold each other accountable. And I don't, I don't, you know how I feel about people when they say, oh, they're all the same. No, they're not. They're not the same.
They're not the same.
You clearly can see this evil.
It's evil.
This is some insanity. And if you support this and you say, man, that's hot. Yeah, this is you.
Yeah.
This is you. And until, like Gwendolyn said, until that the rest of them start feeling it, and it comes to their doorsteps, more of their children are shipped off someplace and to die for nothing. Until they start feeling it, they will sit there and wallow in it.
Hold on, yeah. What I believe it was Tennessee over the weekend or last week where they were giving out AK-15 magazines because they're about to ban them.
That was Virginia.
They were giving them to children.
They
were giving them to children.
Children.
Yeah.
Children.
You got all these militias who want to fight some people, send them over there. You can send them up there to fight because they got all the weapons. Pick them up and shoot them over there. Then they can be boots on the ground.
You are proud gun holders and you believe in the First Amendment and to bear arms. Go over there and defend your country. There's no need for a draft. There's no need for a draft.
They wait for this civil war. I'm gonna get you a war, all right.
The fact when I saw a child being given
a magazine,
AR-15 magazine, I was like, what in the world?
And no one's saying anything. Like no one said anything. Like this was like
it was being played on BBC here, and I saw it, and I was like, what the hell? It just they
can't even legally own a gun.
But my family always says, Ron, are you okay? And are you safe? And I say, folks, I must remind you in our family chat, you are in the most dangerous place in the world. Me being here makes me safe. I pity for you. You have to worry about being shot in the church. You have to be worried. I said, now, I don't wish none of that on any of my family, but I'm telling you, I am in a safe
supermarket, your home, church,
nobody in America is safe.
School
and the stress levels and the bigotry and the racism and all. I said all of it is. Let me tell you. It feels so good to be away from it. I don't have to come back. I can't. Utopia is not the rest of it. And don't get me wrong. There's a lot of rough patches here in Europe and Africa. There's homelessness. There's poverty. There's a lot going on.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. But
go ahead. The biggest thing we have to do from the African. The biggest thing we have to do in the African diaspora is to stop believing what they tell us about each other.
Yes.
They have to stop believing what they tell them about us, and we have to stop believing what they tell us about them.
Yeah.
That's our biggest problem. We've allowed these colonizers to tell us about each other instead of finding out about each other. Come over here from over in Africa and you go, oh, African Americans don't, but then you have to find out what African Americans made possible for you. You go to Africa, oh, I just see all of this violence and they out there in the bush. No, they're not. Go over there and see and start having real conversation with each other. Our biggest problem is we are allowing someone else to tell us how to feel about each other.
To share our narrative.
Yes, we have to.
Okay. Well, this was a good conversation on this Let's Talk Day. It was a great Wednesday, y'all.
Well, may I throw out a topic for you and Chris tomorrow, since you guys are doing Trend Watch? Can you two talk about OpenAI wanting to take their what used to be a non-profit service into a for-profit service?
Oh, we can research that.
Open the article, but yes, I
Oh,
think you
thank
guys
you.
should explore that one, please.
And
Thank
find
you.
the find the video when
And
you
you're more
do
than
it.
welcome to pop on tomorrow, Gwendolyn, if you're not working.
When you all do
Or
it, find the
other podcast.
video of the I guess the founder of it, who says that he wants it so that you have to pay for intelligence.
Yes.
Yes.
Not
Find
even
video.
that. If we're going to do that, let's talk about also Meta and how they're removing end-to-end encryption. That, I mean, that's going away.
Right.
And I
Yes.
honestly believe you're going to have a mass exodus of Meta at that point.
It's getting scary. Almost like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be wearing my glasses during my downtime. Just only videotape when I need to, and I'll take them off. Because who knows? Are they able to tap in? And I mean,
More
they
than
seem
likely.
to be off.
More than likely.
More
Because
than
there was a report out of Kenya someplace.
Yes.
Yeah, they
We
were
talked about this
reporting
last
that,
week.
like you had your card or you go to your ATM machine and they could see what you were doing.
Yes,
can
they
see
can
your code.
see.
I mean,
You know it. You
Because
know
you
when
have
it
Meta
made me
glasses
aware
on.
is because I was in the store and I tapped my code to get into my phone, and I realized I had the glasses on. And I said,
Right.
"Wait a minute!
Yeah,
If someone's looking through my glasses,
absolutely.
they can see my code." And so I had immediately I was like, "Oh!" this is
And
not
they're
good.
always looking through your glasses because you
I
are.
was
It's just like your phone. It's like the glasses are listening, just like your phone is listening.
Not
So
even that.
it's great to take those on your road trips and do your videos, but you need to carry your regular glasses and turn.
Wait,
them things
here's the other thing too. Has anyone ever really read the terms and conditions? Everyone just says hit the button so they can start playing with their new toy. No one reads it.
Yep.
Like I'm sure
There's a long-
that they
there's
say
a
that
long
they
list of
have
terms
access
in there.
to it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they do.
There is.
And then they
Yeah.
start
Well,
having
guys-
rights to your stuff. It's like TikTok is not going to be the only one that has rights to material that you make.
They're all
either.
doing it.
So keep
They're
that in
all
mind.
doing it. They are all trying to get all rights to everything you own, everything you see, everything you hear. Everything is going to be controlled by someone in government or
The Ellisons.
the
Yes,
Ellisons.
Or
the
Meta.
Ellisons, yes.
Let's say that.
sounds like
Yeah.
tech tomorrow. Tech tomorrow. Oh, and malls are coming back. I'll bring that.
Okay, so
Okay.
so you in on the conversation tomorrow,
Yes,
Gwendolyn?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're in. Good. Elisa, are you available?
I should
Well, we
be.
can
Thursday, I
get
should
Dr.
be.
Tachi. We can get
Yes,
Tachi,
Dr.
'cause she was
Tachi.
there. We can get
Yes.
Tachi.
Definitely
Tachi,
Dr.
are you
Tachi.
available tomorrow, Tachi? Tachi, is there a
I think she'll
Tachi
make
in the
herself
house?
available if she don't got a meeting.
Is there a doctor in the house? Where's Dr. Tachi?
You all know this evening I'm doing my first international
Yes.
talk conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight? Is it
Yeah,
tonight?
the
Yes.
first one. I'm talking to an artist who lives in Nigeria.
Oh,
Nice.
this should be good, but I'm gonna be asleep
7
at that time.
p.m.
What time
Eastern
is it?
Standard Time.
At 7,
Yes,
yes.
2 o'clock in the morning here at 7.
I
So
know.
I'll be in La La Land. Where's Dr. Tachi? Did she take a break? She's out somewhere, but we have to talk to her and say, come on board. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna do one banner, and that's all I'm going to do. And that is make sure you are, if you hit the subscribe, if you are here for the first time and part of this community for the first time and you're just finding out about us. Well, we like to have conversations. On Wednesdays is our Let's Talk. Tomorrow will be our Trend Watch, which is going to be technology. So we'll be talking about that. And then Friday, we'll be talking about Focus Friday. So we do something every day differently. So be a part of what we do here at our Touch Base Daily. Join our YouTube channel. And if you're in the building, you'll want to make sure you hit the like. Okay, that's all I wanted to share. Thank you, guys. The sun is about to set. Sunset is about to happen. It's going to be a beautiful sunset tonight. Should I include you on the YouTube channel for the sunset? I might do that. Stay tuned. Or should I just do it in the members only place? There are no members yet, but if you want to become a member, just
I
click
thought
on the
Tanya was
member.
a member. Is Tanya not a member?
No, on the YouTube. Here we have a YouTube membership now.
I know that, but I saw it start by her name. Is she not a member?
Who? Who's a wait?
Tanya.
Tanya's. She's a member. Tanya.
I saw it start by her name.
Is Tanya a member? I didn't.
We're gonna have to talk about you, sir.
No, you don't have to talk about me. You don't have to talk about me.
I swear to you, I saw a star by her name. I was like, oh, she's a member. Like it's the very first comment. There's a star by her name.
Tanya is the first member of the Touch Base Daily community.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
I love it, Tanya. I'm going back. I'm looking at it. Yes, it is. There's that little thing. She's a member. Become a member.
Let me get I got things to do today. I don't have this time, Mr. Foster.
Yes, Tanya is a member. Y'all better get to the plate so we can have our private times together. Because in the member, then you may hear me curse.
Lord. That's what you're promising us?
Oh, we about to get the real Ron Foster.
You might hear me say some real colorful metaphors.
Or as Adrian said, cursing Christian.
Cursing Christian.
Yeah.
I might become a cursing Christian. I may become one.
Oh, Lord.
So funny.
Anyway, love you guys. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Chris, for joining me today. And we thank you all for joining us today in this community. We love you and we appreciate you. Oh, there's Dr. Tachi. She says, Ron, send me the details for tomorrow. I'll be on.
We have a full panel tomorrow.
Full panel talking about technology. Okay, guys, see you later. Have a great day. Later. Bye.